So hello. So we might have seen it or not, but we are switching a bit the agenda. So we won't start with Jorge's presentation right now. We will start with the local associations talk, and then we will follow the initial schedule, but just 30 minutes afterwards. And you will present the Italian association? No. Okay, we need Simone.
Simone is just arrived. We missed
okay,
the bus stop.
Perfect. Okay, so.
You captured Simone, Rebecca?
I will find.
What about just changing on the website because people?
We change.
Yeah.
It's changed.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't need it. Yeah. I don't know. Oh no, it's not here. It's not here. You have to move. It's not here. Sorry. Okay, Simone is here. Okay, so here we will. The goal of this presentation is to just learn what's going on in the local associations because OCA is international, but we also know that we have very active members in the local. In some local countries. So the most active that we know are in Spain, Italy, and there is also a new one that has just been created and that we will announce right now. And so we will have the different president or members of the association who will just explain how the association was created, why, how it works, their activities, and their challenges. So it's just really for information about what's going on in the different countries. And we will start with Italian Association, with Simone.
Mic check. Okay. Hello, everybody. So first of all, a disclaimer. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Well, actually, I know a little bit. I've been asked by the president of Italia Association. We thought we could connect remotely to give this speech, so I'm going to do my best. So, just a quick presentation of the history. The association was founded in 2011, mostly because the gap in Odoo was the accounting. Guess what? And the localization. And so it all started like, I think all the other communities, like with geeks, trying to fix something and trying to get help from functionals, right? And so at some point also started getting sponsorship with companies, and so it started growing. Here you can see the board members, the president, Andrea, well, all my friends from there, very, very good people. I think you met them several times at Odoo Experience as well and OCA Days. So how it works, it's basically based on membership, like the OCA, and sponsorship just for companies. Then we reached 200 members, more or less. Actually, I've been at the event the last two years, and it's pretty nice to see a lot of people, especially business people coming and understanding that it's an opportunity in Odoo. Standard organization for an association, so we have a board, a secretary, a treasury. And the main activity is the Odoo Italia Days that normally take place in May. Then we have some code sprints that are specific for the localization. And also they do call for tenders to fix or to work on very specific localization issues. The budget is apparently quite small, but they're kind of efficient in managing it, so it's only 30K per year. A lot of challenges I had, especially they're now polishing the localization because, as you know, Odoo is improving the support for localizations, so they want to get rid of tons of custom things they made and trying to convert to Odoo Core. Also, uniformize the way they work, like having the same issue that we have. Also, avoid toxic localization forks because I don't know how it is in the other countries, but in our country, many times it happened that, you know, that doesn't work, I'm going to fix it myself there, instead of doing it together. So the participation, this is also probably a misunderstanding in how open source works and how community can work together towards the same goal. So this comes from the better promotion of the Odoo community inside Italian companies, because they're not used to this kind of business. And of course, it will ease the growth of the whole ecosystem. And that's it. Was the 10 years anniversary last year. It was really, really nice. I've had the honor to give a speech there and promote also the OCA Days, promote the OCA in general, making them understand that if you want things to change, you have to change and you have to put your skin in the game. That's the summary of it. So that's it, basically. Thank you. Pedro.
Thank you. Now my turn. About the Spanish Association, we are at the same time more veteran, but also younger. Why? Because initially the association was not that, but an informal group of people that joined together to do some things. But it was formally in 2017 when the association, formally speaking, was created. Obviously, all the people that that got together are part of this association. Why? Well, similar things, but on a more general broad. We don't want to only develop localization, but also to make collaborative efforts to do development on that days OpenERP. And indeed, some of the modules that join OCA repositories at the beginning, even in Launchpad, comes from this informal association, like Product Pack and so on. On Spain, we don't have that constraint of only being individuals, so we directly go for companies because it represents better what is our ecosystem. We are companies, not individuals. So this is an advantage, and we started from the beginning with paying members as companies. Well, the same board members, we have a similar structure with president, we have also vice president, treasurer, secretary, and vocals. Then a bit more. How it works, as said, we have our basic way to entry is to pay the membership fee and benefit from the services and so on that we have as an association to these members. Right now, we are 134 companies, which is, I think, a very remarkable milestone because there is a lot of companies involved here. The governance, as said, and we have a bit more budget, luckily, because the members pay a bit more being in companies, and we also have another activities that get us incomes to make some things. What are these things we do? One of the main things are the Spanish OCA Days that we have put it that name with the surname Spanish, and is already we can say a classic event because we have celebrated 8 years already or more. The Spanish Society. I will say 7 or 8 editions of these days. And after this, there are Odoo journeys, Jornadas Odoo in Spanish, which is something like the 7 more or less on the talk part. We get the 3 first days of a week to make more or less a code sprint, but also with technical talks and so on. And the other 2 days are more for only the Spanish community to also give talks, networking, and so on. I personally like a bit more the Spanish OCA Days than even these OCA Days. Why? We have 3 days instead 2 to get together, so we enjoy a bit more. And there is also a formula. There is some pop-up notification that each year these days takes place on a different place in Spain. So it's also an occasion to visit other places. So that's an advantage and also a disadvantage. I will say it later on the challenges. We also provide, since 5 years ago or so, a technical training. And it's very successful because companies joining this world needs some technical guidance. So this is an entry training to know a bit about what Odoo internals in technical terms. Then we have gone a bit further 3 years ago with the localization training. This one is specific for Spanish localization and is focused more on the functional way. And it's also very successful. This year we have celebrated 4 editions, and the last one, the 5th, is going to take place in 3 weeks, Jorge, more or less. Yeah. Then we have gone even further on the technical part, providing a technical certification, right now with only 1 edition, and we are preparing the second one, for giving both a way to test your skill and also to gamificate and to get some visibility having this certification as company. We also give webinars, some of them only for members and other in public. This is something that it hasn't exploded yet, but we want to promote it the next year, which is to do Odoo Community Roadshows. Provisional name, let's not have any trademark problem, but the idea is to do similar events like Odoo Roadshows, but with community. We have a very powerful forums, and I would say that is the reference in the Spanish world. We get a lot of people, not only from Spain, but talking Spanish, putting forum posts, answering, and so on. And this is also a very big thing that we have started last year and that we want to continue, which is to provide call for tenders for R&D tasks. And 2 are already there and has landed in OCA, like the WhatsApp and Telegram connector, and the automation platform that is even more powerful than the marketing automation counterpart of enterprise. And finally, we are also supporting OCA as a sponsor. So all of this. And now the challenges. Well, the first challenge is to continue doing all of these things. It's not easy. It's more or less a voluntary effort of the board. So it's not easy to get all these things in time. But there are some of them that we are on the move, and we don't require right now too much effort. So it's possible. And the challenge about our approach on the OCA Days and Jornadas Odoo is to find a proper place each year, because it's not easy to organize an event. So right now we don't have yet a place for the next year event, but we are looking for it. Another challenge is to find the balance on the activities we do between enterprise and community members. You know, the enterprise companies may say, hey, we already have an automation, why we are going to pay for one? On the talk at 12 more or less, or 10 to 12, I'm going to speak also about that on the roundtable we have hosted by Pierre. Another we have, especially on the organization part, is to provide a better members onboarding, and this year we are going to focus on this. And another one is to provide more gamification tools or metrics tool to be a reference when a Spanish company is looking for an implementator to get the members directory as a good tool for that. So I think this is all. No? Yeah. Oh, the surprise. Sorry. Okay, that's all.
Surprise. So, my pleasure to announce the creation today of the Odoo Mexican Association. Let's get rid of this. I don't know. Anyway. Moving on. So basically it starts today, right now. Why I decided to go with an association here. I've been in the Mexican market for 8 years now, and organizing events may just be a couple hours a month, but the reason is many people came to me with the localization problem. We had, within 8 years, 4 initiatives to start a community localization within the OCA. Most of them failed. So the intent here with the people listed here is to make some bold move and provide the complete Mexican localization in the OCA. We already had Alexis on the list here sharing his own for electronic invoicing, and we're still working on the electronic payroll and other fiscal requirements that we have in Mexico. Membership, so the things we have, it's for individuals. The idea there is we have a standard price for people who doesn't want to contribute, who doesn't have the time, and the idea is if they want to support the association, they can still pay their membership, but we give a discount to people who contribute code or time, organizing events, reviewing the localization, spending more time, so there is an incentive to not just giving money, but also participate. Sponsorship for companies, so pretty standard, same as the OCA, bronze, silver, gold, platinum. With different, maybe a twist there, we wanted to provide a job posting service, so they can post their vacancies. They can also, sponsor will be able to post a case studies or content on the OCA website, so give them more visibility. Governments, it's the assembly of members, electing three board members. The idea is to organize the first general assembly at the end of the month to elect the president, secretary, and treasurer. Activities mostly maintain the localization. Monthly meetup in different cities. We'll see. We're discussing with meetup.com to get a pro account and see if we can finance some monthly meetup organized by members. And the Mexican OCA Days every year. So we are scheduling the next one on March 7 and 8 in Querétaro. And the idea is to change cities every year to facilitate transportation. Budget is not finalized, but that's what we're targeting. Maybe optimistic and there, but we'll see how this goes. Current challenge as of today, mostly getting recognition, getting support, whether it's from the OCA or from the market in general, and open to get some feedbacks and international visibility for members and sponsors. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I will just check. Yeah, we have like 5 to 10 minutes to maybe first a round of questions if there are, and also otherwise I had some questions for the people from the association, like would it be good to have local chapters in every country? What are the key ingredients to create a local association? I think that localization is really the key, because for example in Belgium there is no Belgian OCA association because the localization has been done in enterprise and is really far away from the community one. And if we want to have more synergy between the association and the OCA, because there is just informal communication right now, but we could also structure that in a better way. So, yeah. So, are there first question or comments about what we've heard from the different communities? No? Okay. So, does one of you want to answer? Oh, Simone is gone. Okay. One of you wants to answer some of these questions? We have some time left. Yeah. Go ahead.
As we are not in the same state, like for example Mexican localization, which needs to be developed, right now one of the key reasons for having a formal association is to be an entity that counts on the thing. And this is for the fiscal authority on Spain. If we don't have any formal way to communicate with them, we don't count for any decision and so on. So this is a good reason. And this has provided us with tools for also complaining about some things on the fiscal changes and so on. Another one is to have a local reference in the same language for people that don't are unable or don't manage correctly a foreign language. So this is also, I think, important for having a local association. Well, I let more to the rest if they want to say another one. Jorge, do you want something?
Hey. Well, hello, I'm Jorge. I'm part of the board of the Spanish Odoo Association, and work very closely with Pedro for the last couple of months, organizing the event in Tenerife that happened this year. And yeah, it is a challenge, I gotta say, but very fun and very interesting, and a lot of information. You learn a lot out of doing these great events. So, I mean, I wasn't part of creating the association. I got on board of the association last year, so I couldn't answer that question, but what I can tell is that it is very rewarding in terms of knowledge, and I'll be very interested in trying to create an association. I mean, I'm looking forward to do so, and since I'm not just in Spain, but also in the US, so probably going to try to explore that, and that's something that interests me, and I think it's very important to have not just the localization, to develop the localization, but also to like promote the philosophy of contribution. And I believe that is also a big part of the association. So that's what I got to say about this. Thank you.
Key ingredients to create the Mexican one. I believe you need support from other people and a target. One of the, I don't know if it's an ingredient, but a reason that motivated the creation of the Mexican one is the trust is a challenge in Mexico. So I think having a separate entity that's easier for people to contribute from another company to, I think we had that discussion yesterday, people refrain from sharing their code to another company if it's within the OCA with the support of the local association. That might be easier, and it's a bet, so we'll see in a couple of months or next year how this goes. Obviously promoting the Odoo community version as well. I've been organizing events for 8 years over there, and there's always 3, 4, 5 new people joining. So I think it was the time, and that would be my answer to that question. Future synergy we can create with the OCA. I don't know yet, but we'll certainly find some, so we'll see how this goes. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll show the sponsors of the event. Okay, that's it for this talk. Thank you for being there. We will move to the next one in 2 minutes with Jorge, who will speak about how he convinced CEO to work the OCA way. I think is a bit what you're trying to do.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so you can